Hello, this is the trade site US stocks and this is the Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, September 27th, 2020 and ending Friday, October 2nd. Hope you had a good trading week. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. We were up a little bit for the week. Euro dollar was down. That's the inverse of the dollar index. As usual, the pound dollar was totally dead flat, like literally some of the flattest action we've seen. Aussie dollar, never got the 13 sell signal, but we're still drifting back towards that red static trend line, which would have been the target from the 13 sell signal. Euro yen, total. Look how flat that was for 5 days in a row. Pound yen, same story, totally dead flat. I mean, this is still, it feels like summer, even though it should be past the summer points, right? So let's just go to the intra-week action. So here's the euro dollar. High to low for the week is actually decent. I mean, it's 250 pips. A lot of the move was Monday and Tuesday, but then dead flat after that. On terms of the pound dollar, high to low for the week was 250 plus pips. But most of that action was Monday and Tuesday. The rest of the week was just dead flat in a 100 pip range, which is not good. So there's nothing much to say about any of that right now. Let's take a look at the news coming out in the week ahead. On Sunday, nothing but bank holiday out of China. FOMC member speaks. Okay, Tokyo core CPI Monday at 4:30 p.m. So no data here in the U.S. or Canada early. Nationwide housing price index out of UK at some point this week. German preliminary CPI going into Tuesday. Spanish flash CPI. M4 money supply out of the UK. Italian 10-year bond auction. Canada's got their IPP and RMPI numbers. Goods trade balance here in the U.S. along with preliminary wholesale inventories at 5. These are not Eastern time, actually. Sorry. Let me actually fix that. Let's go to the proper time frame for what this is. So we're going to go to Eastern time just so we can all see it. Okay. Sorry about that. We usually like to show everything in Eastern time. So Eastern time, now we're right, 8:30 on Tuesday with the goods trade balance and the preliminary wholesale inventories. Housing price index at 9. Consumer confidence at 10. We've got a lot of Fed members speaking. Building consensus at 6:45. Preliminary industrial production order out of Japan along with retail sales. Business confidence at 8 p.m. out of New Zealand. Manufacturing PMI and non-manufacturing PMI out of China. Building approvals and private sector credit out of Australia. Caxton manufacturing PMI out of China. Housing starts out of Japan going into Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. Eastern time. German import prices and retail sales. Current account of the UK plus their final GDP number. French consumer spending, French preliminary CPI. German unemployment change. Credit Suisse economic expectations. Italian preliminary CPI. ADP non-farm employment change out of the US. Canada's got their GDP. U.S. has the final look at the gross domestic product from the second quarter, so it's not a big deal. It's the third look. Chicago PMI here at 9:45. Pending home sales at 10. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. Got the AIG manufacturing index out of Australia. Tankin manufacturing index out of Japan. Got China's got a bank holiday. Japan's got a final manufacturing PMI number. Australia's got commodity prices, CPI out of Switzerland, retail sales out of Switzerland. This is going into Thursday. Spanish, Swiss, Italian, French, German, and finally European manufacturing PMI numbers. Italian monthly unemployment rate. UK's final manufacturing PMI. Europe has PPI and the unemployment rate. We got the challenger job cuts here in the U.S. Core PCE price index here in the U.S. That's 8:30 a.m. an hour before the bell on Thursday, along with personal income and spending, the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers, then Canada's manufacturing PMI, US's final manufacturing and ISM manufacturing PMI, construction spending here. Natty gas at 10:30, more Fed members speaking. That night, we got the unemployment rate and monetary base out of Japan. China goes back to bank holiday, so they've only got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. Retail sales out of Australia, consumer confidence out of Japan, French government budget balance, Spanish unemployment change, CPI flash estimate out of Europe, Spanish 10-year bond auction, French 10-year bond auction. We got the unemployment rate here in the U.S. That's one of our big three, so we will be half size ahead of that on Thursday night going into Friday. Revised University of Michigan sentiment factory orders. And now Australia does their daylight savings time flip next Saturday night. We're still a month away from doing that here in the U.S. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week and Forex.